Let's have some pizza, shall we? This definitely is not a new pizza. I'm pretty sure I've definitely seen it before. It's funny, I said in one of my last videos when I did the home run in, I said, this is a new pizza. And it said since 19 something. And so it definitely isn't new, but it was new to my grocery stores, okay? I hadn't seen it before. This one says since 1960, but I don't think me or my family has ever tried this. So kind of nervous, kind of excited. Maybe that means it's not a great pizza. The way it's packaged seems kind of cheap, and it was kind of a cheap pizza, so curious to see if it actually tastes good. It seems like it's a very thin crust, and it's just on some cardboard. Here, I'll show you. This is Jack's Original Thin, and it's just cheese because I love cheese pizza. I love either cheese pizza or margarita pizza. This is so Midwest backwoods. It says you can heat it on the grill. I know people have done that before, like chefy type people, but come on, a regular Joe is not gonna know how to cook a pizza on a grill. And they're probably gonna burn the crap out of it. This is such a thin crust, I don't wanna burn this one either, so I'm gonna keep a watchful eye, which you should technically always do when you're cooking. That's a big part of culinary classes, is they teach you to never leave the kitchen while you're cooking and all that stuff. Obviously, baking with an oven is a bit different because you can leave the room, but you shouldn't go far, and you should never leave the house when you're cooking or baking. It's very important, very unsafe to just leave something as there is something so hot going on. You guys know what I'm saying, right? If you don't, and you need to hear this, you're welcome. Anyway, we're gonna unwrap this, see what it's like. I mean, the instructions were on the front. It says cooks in oven for 11 minutes. So I don't know what this says. Preheat oven to 425. Remeat, overwrap. Oh God, I just said remeat. Remove pizza from overwrap and cardboard. Some people think they should cook with the cardboard underneath the pizza. From my experience, I thought that too. And then I realized, hell no, you shouldn't. It's pretty unsafe. You shouldn't be putting cardboard in such a hot thing, like an oven or anything. And instead, you should just get one of these or something similar to it. Specifically, something for your pizzas that also is like grated, because if you try to put a pizza on a cookie sheet, you'll have a pretty bad time, okay? I mean, maybe if you've sprayed it with some like Pam or olive oil spray or something, maybe it wouldn't stick, but you're not gonna get a good crisp on the bottom of your pizza if you're just putting it smack dab on something it's just not gonna work. You're not gonna get the crispiness that you want out of a good pizza, okay? Just listen to me, I know pizza, okay? You're going to take this part off. Okay, this pizza looks promising, I'm not gonna lie. There's enough cheese, which is important to me, as you guys know. It's like very evenly dispersed. Very beautiful. The cheese actually looks really, really good. Okay, I'm kind of excited about this. I was very, honestly, unsure about it when I first saw it, because it looks very crappy. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of the coloration of their design. Even the font is a little like janky, which I will admit, I use like a janky font for my YouTube videos, but like, I mean, I guess it's cute. I think what I really don't like is the blue background against the red writing. And then with the orange here, it says cheese. I don't know. Somebody needs to redesign this. If you guys want to call me, I can redesign your design for you. Jax. Hey, like Jacksepticeye. He's like one of my favorite YouTubers. Some people like to save this so they can cut the pizza on it. I say recycle it. Other than if there was cheese stuck on it, like there just was here, I just tried to pull the cheese off and it was like sauce underneath it. So this is dirty, and unfortunately I do not think it can be recycled now, because dirty cardboard can't be recycled. You don't want to be putting your nasty pizza boxes into the recycling bin, because guess what they have to do then? They have to throw away all of your recyclables, because this one dirty item with sauce on it could have contaminated all of the other recyclables. So Washing your recyclables is important for a reason, and not recycling things that can just contaminate the whole bin, that's important too. I said that and then I almost went to recycle this. My oven gets so hot because it's an older oven that all of the heat comes out of the top and actually it's basically like some of my burners are on. They get so hot, like even now. Yeah, that was starting to cook the pizza, so I'm gonna put it in the oven. It said 11 minutes, so I'm gonna go with that. First time ever having this pizza, I'm kind of excited. I'm also starving, and I prolonged making this for way longer than I wanted to because I had like a meeting that I forgot about. So yeah, I'm extra starving, and I hope this is good, because if it's not, I might be really upset. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay? I will see you when it is finished. Now, I put it in for an extra minute. It just didn't seem like it was done before, but probably is now. I'll have you take a look. Can you see it? Looks pretty good. Depending on how it tastes, it could be mediocre, could be good. Let's see. I have honestly no idea. It smells good. I'll give it that. Okay, it smells good. Here is what it looks like cut. No complaints. It was pretty easy to cut, actually. Okay. So, I got a pretty solid piece. What I really love about the look of this pizza so far is the marbling that the cheese got. That's what you always want in a good pizza, and we got it today, guys. And the crust isn't burnt, but it's really crispy. But the edge feels a little burnt, but it's not. It's just like really crispy, which honestly, that's what I love. So let's try it. So with a lot of cheaper frozen pizzas you'll get, it seems like they have a little too much sauce, and the sauce just takes over the entire flavor of the pizza. And if it's not a good sauce, then it's not great. With the Amy's pizza in my last video, that could have as much sauce as it wanted to and it would still be great. That sauce is perfect on that pizza, but this is just like kind of a cheap, very tomato heavy sauce, which is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not the best. And there's no flavors otherwise. This is definitely a white people pizza. And if you want to be cheap, it's a cheap white people pizza. Yeah, the more that I eat it, the more it tastes similar to those Lunchable, really cheap little pizzas that you make yourself, smear your own sauce onto, and then sprinkle your own cheese on, and you eat it raw. That's kind of what this tastes like, just because the crust is so generic tasting, and the sauce is so generic tasting, and the cheese is good, but it's not overpowering enough to help out enough with the whole pizza. It's honestly alright, especially the closer that I get to the crust. And if I put the Lunchable pizzas completely out of my mind, I'm also super hungry right now, so I would probably eat any pizza unless it was flat out bad. So this pizza obviously is not bad. It's pretty good, actually. Just as far as good pizzas go, I wouldn't call this good, but I would call it good for a cheap pizza. If you've ever tried Totino's pizzas, you know that it's a hate it or love it type of thing, and honestly, I really love a Totino's pizza. Those things are the bomb to me. Maybe it's because I grew up with them. Maybe it's because it's super crispy. Like, I love how not only is the crust on those crispy, but it's also airy and fluffy and chewy in some spots. Like, it's, even though it doesn't have enough cheese, the sauce on that pizza is also kind of good. Like, it's, I don't know why, for some reason, that pizza is good for me, but it's one of the cheapest and one of the worst. I think compared to a Totino's pizza, this probably comes to a second as far as really cheap pizzas that I like. So Totino's would be number 1, and this would be number 2. I'm not sure if I consider Tombstone one of the cheap pizzas. Maybe I should. I'll have to retry those because I'm not sure if I liked them when I tried the Tombstone like big pizzas as an adult, but I used to love them as a kid when I'd get the little single ones, but now I want a bigger pizza. Okay. Okay, the crust bite is pretty good. Not gonna lie. When you get some crust, you get some cheese, you get some sauce. It's a really great combination, especially when you get the crust as crispy as you'd like it. It's actually pretty damn good as far as like crust bites go, especially as a thin crust, because normally thin crust, there is either no crust at all, or if there is a crust piece without anything on it, it's way too burnt for you to even eat it and enjoy it, because thin crusts are just that way. If you get a thin crust from Domino's, you know what I mean. I know the secret behind Domino's thin crusts. Do you want to know? Okay, I'll tell you. I worked there, so I know. Basically all of thin crust from Domino's is like almost like a tortilla type thing. It's like a mix between a tortilla and like a cracker like shell, but it's not hard yet until it goes in the oven. So it's like malleable like a tortilla, but once you go put it in the oven, then it comes out super duper crispy. So thin crusts are actually pretty good from Domino's, even though it literally comes on what I just told you. It comes on, but it's surprisingly, since I love crispiness, that's a pretty good thin crust. And they put oregano on their thin crusts as like a regulation, like that's just how their thin crusts are. And they don't put oregano on all their pizzas, but on a thin crust they do. And you just get a plain extra cheese thin crust with nothing else. It comes to you with some beautiful oregano all over it, and none of that garlic stuff that they put on their other pizzas, because it's a thin crust. There is no crust on their thin crust, and it is really, really delicious. I love that pizza. But this even is, well, is it better? It's not better because it doesn't have oregano on it, but the crust bite is better because there's no crust bite on those thin crusts, and there is on this one, and it's an enjoyable crust bite too. Yes, I could destroy half of this pizza tonight, and I probably will, but will I ever get it again? Unfortunately, no, unless I'm like real desperate. But maybe if I can buy some oregano and have it in my cabinet, then I could make this a little bit better. That'd be awesome. You can definitely taste the cheapness to it, and if you are used to really, really, really great pizza, like if you're from New York, don't even consider trying this. Like, I've never been to New York, but I know it's like all about pizza and great pizza. Yeah, this isn't good compared to anything like that. But for an oven-baked pizza, it's all right. Your kids might like it. I'm gonna go smash a couple more pieces for now, probably half of it. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Please give this a like and subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy this video, and if you want to see more from me, click that bell and you'll be notified. That would be freaking awesome too. Makes me happy. It makes me know that you guys like my videos. Yeah, whatever you're doing, have a good day, good night, good evening. Happy holidays. Bye, guys.
Talk about looks, what's under the hood. Oh my, can't believe nothing, they all lie. On the wrong side, come to my side. I'm all by mine, don't waste my time. I'm too good for that, oh yeah. Won't call it back, oh yeah. I'm falling back, oh yeah.
Why do I feel so unsure of myself? Okay.